I'm super annoyed. The second I got here, I dropped it. Let me give you a walkthrough of what this is. This is essentially a Game Boy sized, keyboard integrated version of the Infinite Notebook that I made, I don't know, a month or two ago at this point. It is a Raspberry Pi tucked away in there, a power switch, a cell phone battery charger, and a custom made keyboard. So there is a microcontroller right in there. It's an Elite C. All it is, I don't know if it's an 18 mega, but it's some fairly simple microcontroller. And it uses a series of rows and columns to figure out what key you are pressing. Oh, and my favorite bit, it fits in my pants about as well as a Game Boy. Now I hope this brook isn't babbling too hard for you to hear me. I'm getting some serious nostalgia vibes from this little device. I don't know what it is lately, but I just don't have the patience, the time, patience to play video games. So it's nice to have something that's in the form factor of what I used to hide under my pillow at night so I could play deep into the night without my parents knowing. It gives me that just nice, I miss buttons so much. I miss buttons to the point where I essentially just made a BlackBerry that can only have its Notes app accessed. And I love this thing. Things that I love this custom-made keyboard. It's almost identical to my phone's keyboard, but it's a series of tack switches on a circuit board that, like I said, the rows and columns connect to a microcontroller in here that acts as my keyboard. It processes the buttons that I press, translates them to key presses, and sends a keyboard signal to the Raspberry Pi via its USB port. Like this. Has a weird intermittent black and white issue after I run a certain function, but whatever. If I type again, it goes back to normal. Now, the thing you may notice is the typing speed is fairly slow. I text faster because there's less resistance on a touch screen versus actual physical buttons. But I like the tactile feedback of pressing the buttons so much better. The buttons. That's just so nice. The feeling of these buttons, even though they're just plastic, pressing a tack switch, getting the rebound of pressing a button in and having it push back out is just beautiful. I love having the e-ink screen so I don't have to look at just the various screens that I have to look at throughout the day. Like even this camera that I'm looking at, I have my monitor screen, I have my actual viewing screen in the back. This just feels like I'm reading a sheet of paper. It's not nearly as eye straining, it's not nearly as annoying. I don't have that artificial sun blaring me in the eyes at night when I'm typing. Very nice, very great. I love this power switch. It's super thonky and it feels like I'm actually doing something when I hit it. Oh, and last pro, the design. Just this is the perfect size, it's the perfect weight, it's got a bit of heft to it. I can feel like I can like club someone with it. But it's still got a little bit of that Game Boy plasticky feel. Just the aesthetic of it, these sort of raised metal standoffs are super fun. These wires are just a nice palette that matches the gray exterior. The screws could be countersunk, but it's just kind of nice. It's a really nice tight package that I think is just a fun little writing experience. Instead of a rim, I just have this little sort of staircasey shape. This lines up. It's my circuit board. Hello. There we go. That honestly should do it. I should be able to open the pot. Oh, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's not even done, and I love it. Oh! So, there you have it. This thing is really cool. I'm so upset that the screen's cracked, but in terms of functionality, just a quick little tippy typer to sit by my bedside in case I just have thoughts and endless thoughts. My mind just runs endlessly when I'm trying to sleep. So having some way to jot that stuff down so I can say, okay, I've saved those thoughts, I can let them go, time to go to sleep. For that, this is incredible. It's exactly what I need. I miss having numbers, I miss a couple of the different pieces of punctuation that aren't on this keyboard. I could add layers to this keyboard, but I'd rather just have physical numbers and some other physical buttons just for quotes and flashes and certain pieces of punctuation. Design-wise, it's very close. The size is perfect. The kind of weight to it, it's meaty. It feels good in the hands. It feels like I'm using just like a bigger BlackBerry, and I really, just for the little functionality that it has, it is incredible. The Paperwhite screen, the e-ink screen I should say, is great. Doesn't burn my retinas like all the other little suns that I have. The laptop screen, computer screen, TV, phone, those things are starting to make me like physically ill. I'm looking at these screens so much. So this is a nice, put my phone away, jot down some notes if I have some ideas. It's not quite at the level of the Infinite Notebook. Having a physical keyboard is just so incredible for writing, especially one that I've sort of tailored to my needs. I love that split keyboard, the thonkiness of the keys. But for a little pocket writer, this is beautiful.